Hello festival goers and welcome to Atlantic Sessions Virtual Festival. On this programme we'll be bringing you music from Tour Alaska, Anthony Toner, Darkling and New Pagans. But first up, someone who is blazing the trail for young female performers across Ireland, UK and beyond. And we at Snowwater regard her as one of the most exciting live acts we've ever seen. This is Ro.
I've been staring at myself in the mirror, hoping that it's broken, and some nights it's hard to even pay any attention. It only makes it worse somehow. I wish that I could be somebody else, so I could feel like I'm perfect. And I know that I should love the way I am, but it's been turning out hard to. Somebody turn it off, 'cause I don't wanna look away. No, I'm not good at all, I just wanna be anywhere else but here. I've been pulling at my hair to try and feel like I'm a better person. Bow down to every little issue that I can't fight, and it's hard to run from. Sometimes I don't know if it's me or if I'm right there in an honest picture. I know I get inside my head and try to stay there, but it's all I'm good for. Somebody turn it off, 'cause I don't wanna look away. No, I'm not good at all, I just wanna be anywhere else but here. I wish that I could be somebody else, so I could feel like I'm perfect. I know that I should love the way I am, but it's a lot to get used to. I wish that I could be somebody else, so I could feel like I'm perfect. I know that I should love the way I am, but it's been turning out hard to. It takes a little more every time, hoping that something will change me. Must be a record of a wasted life, lying in my own self-pity. Can't remember what it's like to try, but I feel like I need to now. And it's not what I'm used to doing by myself. I wish that I could be somebody else, so I could feel like I'm perfect. And I know that I should love the way I am, but it's been turning out hard to. I wish that I could be somebody else, so I could feel like I'm perfect. And I know that I should love the way I am, but it's a lot to get used to. I wish that I could be somebody else, so I could feel like I'm perfect. And I know that I should love the way I am, but it's been turning out hard to.
Hey, Atlantic Sessions, how's it going? Just a quick message to say hi and give my best wishes to everybody watching from home, and also to everybody who works so hard every year to make the festival happen. I've played a couple of shows at the festival and I've watched some fantastic gigs at it as well. It's always a highlight for a lot of people. It's a really strange time not to be gigging, not to be playing shows and not to be out watching gigs. I've been trying to keep busy, writing and recording. And during the first lockdown, I pulled together some songs and released them in September. This is one of those songs. It's called Train Driver. I hope you dig it, and hopefully I'll see you from stage very soon. Cheers.
Try to forget what shaking down the last leaves from the trees, waking up the long lost light from the day that I had forgotten, stealing the fruit and squeezing out the last drop. The train driver, train driver, forward back, keeping everything on track. I imagine waging hand at the end of the month, and at the end of the day, you drive home to the ones you love. Put 'em in a train driver, in a train driver, train driver. Train driver.
Anthony,
Hi, Joe.
wild good to see you.
It's fantastic to be here.
I'm sorry we can't do this under normal circumstances, but, you know,
We are where we are.
we are where we are. How are you doing?
I'm the best, thanks. I'm keeping pretty good.
You released a great record just before lockdown, a record of covers, and you couldn't do any tour or anything for it. How's that feel?
Well, kind of frustrating. Actually, I got quite a bit of support mail order-wise, as a lot of the people on the mailing list, ordered it, and I was able to stuff a few jiffy bags. But it was, it's really disappointing not to go out and do gigs, because for people like me, that's where you really, connect with audiences and people come to hear the songs and get the product. So I've got boxes of them all over the house.
I mean, we all know, how important music is. But the lockdown really illustrated to you just how important music is for people.
Yeah, on both sides. It's been interesting. The thing that I've missed probably the most is, apart from playing, the thing that I've missed the most is the sociability of music, to actually connect with other human beings, whether it's people in a band, whether it's just hanging out with other musicians. But it's interesting to hear more recently back from fans and people who go to gigs to say that they're really, really pining for it. And actually some people are really, starting to climb the walls if they can't get to a gig. So there's something about it. There's a community thing that happens that we've taken for granted, I suppose, but there we are.
Have you been able to write during lockdown?
Do you know, it's weird. For a while I couldn't finish anything. I had pages and pages of stuff that I'd started that I couldn't seem to get finished. But I don't know, maybe it's coming to see you, Joe, but in the last...
Have that effect, Anthony. I know this.
In the last week and a half, I've had literally about 9 songs, things that I started that finally got finished, other brand new things that have come through. So I'm feeling pretty positive, actually. I've got a lot of work to get on with, during the winter and everything. So.
And are you planning for some gigs when the kind of restrictions lift?
There's talk about some solo gigs to socially distanced audiences. I've been asked to do some John Prine gigs. I did some of these a few years ago, and they were really popular. And with losing John Prine during the pandemic, I thought it might be nice to revisit that, when there's a donation from it going to one of his charities and so on. And I'm supposed to be doing 3 gigs in November in Derry and Ballybuffet and Armagh. But again, it's such a fluid picture. We're just watching the news every day to see, where the restrictions lie. But for the meantime, those are still on.
Well, Anthony, we are so chuffed you're able to come up and do this for us today. What song are you doing?
I'm going to do a song called Marion, That's All Right, which is about 10 years old. And I was living up here when I wrote the song. I wrote the song for my daughter, who's not called Marion. And I thought I'd do that because it mentions the ocean, and here we are in this fantastic setting,
We picked it just for you.
Thanks. You've really done it up lovely, actually.
We did it well, didn't we? We even picked it. We got the weather sorted for you.
Brushed the beach for me and everything,
Beautiful.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to hear it. Anthony, thank you so much for coming to see us. It's an absolute joy as always. Take it away.
Don't waste your youth trying not to get old. Don't waste your hope on what you can't control.
Don't blow your rainbow for the pot of gold. Marion, don't forget where you keep your smile. Don't let fashion twist your sense of style. Go and look at the ocean every once in a while. Marion, 'cause even the stars can steer you wrong sometimes. But that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. Too many friends is still not enough. They'll take your hand when the going gets rough. Life is a party, so strut your stuff. Come on, Marion. And if you feel like you're still confused, behave as if you've got nothing to lose. Free yourself and be free of the blues. Marion. 'Cause even the sunshine will make you cry sometimes. But that's alright. 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 That's alright.
They say it's a blood drive. Warnings from on high. Sparks in the dead night. Well, I hope your book is right. Blood drive. Thunderous light from the church to the bunker. I lost you in the running cry. Blood drive. Pasteuralized St. Peter tonight. They're afraid of the needle. Blood drive. Dishing and tin cans, red and white on guns. Oh, I felt dizzy at the sight.
So, Fran, tell me about this exhibition. What are people going to see in it?
It's the archive of Bobby Platt. He was a music promoter in the Portstewart area. He was a builder and he was a father, and he was very heavily involved with the Band Rowing Club. And he took over the Strand Ballroom in 1962. And 1963, he took over Limavady Agricultural Hall, which was another ballroom. And for 6 years, he promoted some of the most amazing bands to come into this area. It was the show band era, but on the back of that, a lot of the English bands that came to tour in Ireland and Northern Ireland, Bobby was able to book them and bring them into his two ballrooms in Limavady and Portstewart. Like he brought John Mayall's Blues Breakers, Rory Gallagher, who was Taste, Van Morrison and them. He brought Eric Clapton and Cream, Jet Harris, who was in the Shadows. He brought Dusty Springfield 3 times, Lulu,
Wow.
Millie twice, who made Chris Blackwell a millionaire. And the lovely thing about this Bobby Platt collection, which is going into an exhibition, is Bobby left all the details in his accounts. So what I was able to do is make a timeline of every single band that Bobby booked and played in those ballrooms, how many was in the dances, how many tickets were sold, how much they were. And it's a whole history, it's a whole archive.
So what was it like for you to go through this archive of stuff you never knew existed before?
I was completely ignorant about 60s music. I knew a little bit about music. Although that I'm a music fan and a music lover, the 60s weren't really my thing.
You weren't around.
It was a dig. It was an archaeological musical dig. And, you know, I had to make sense of the dig because I didn't know what was show bands, and I was seeing these names of bands for the first time. And so it was all just, it was an education, Joe. I educated myself, you know, just reading and, you know, going and Googling about that and listening to things. So it was a job, and I'm still learning now, 6 years later. There's still things that I am picking up on that I think, my God, I've learned something even more today.
So Fran, what do you hope people take away from this exhibition when it opens?
Lots of memories, Joe. I know the people from the show band era and from the ballroom times will love it. They can relive all those memories, and they met their husbands and wives. The new generation of people, like the daughters and sons, and then their daughters and sons, who just love music. And they love the Kinks, and they love Taste and them, and, you know, Freddie and the Dreamers and the Mersey Beats. They'll say, my God, they played in this area. And it'll be exciting and thrilling. And I think, hopefully, that I hope that the exhibition will bring a lot of that to life.
Well, we cannot thank you enough for sharing it with us.
Oh.
And thank you you've made this story happen. You know what I mean? It's down to you.
Thank you, Joe. I wanted to make it happen for Bobby Platt, so that people know who Bobby Platt is.
I was involved in the Atlantic Sessions in various forms on and off for a number of years from its infancy, whether it was playing shows or booking artists or ferrying musicians back to and fro the train station. It was always a pleasure to be to help the guys on the team there up on the north coast. I suppose there were a number of factors which made it so unique and make it so unique: the time of year, the location, the venues, and of course the characters that you meet along the way. I think too that you can tell a lot about a festival by the way they treat their artists, and in that regard the Atlantic Sessions has always set a really high bar. The band and I would talk about the festival all year. You knew that towards the end of the summer outdoor festival season, that in a few weeks you would get to spend a long weekend up one of the most beautiful coastlines in the world with your mates, playing music and watching music. Music breaks down walls, it brings people together, it marks time and soundtracks our memories. I suppose it was that passion and care, especially in those early years, that has led it to evolve into what it is now.
Jerry Norman, aka Tour Alaska. How are you doing? How have you been getting the year? Have you been busy?
I've been using the time to write a lot of music, and I'm currently now in the studio doing the second Tour Alaska album with Dean Stevens. Which is very exciting, yeah.
Now, you're somewhat of a stalwart at Atlantic Sessions. How many times have you played it now?
This is my 5th year.
Your 5th year?
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
I love the vibe in the town. Snowwater just do create this energy in Portrush and Portstewart every single year. And just walking around venue to venue, and it's just, there's just, the people here love it, and everyone I know who plays it loves it too, and they want to come back every year. And if you're lucky like me, you get to play kind of a bigger venue every year. So I started off playing a coffee shop and then a restaurant, and now we're Arcadia last year, for the last couple of years. And I've been told by Snowwater themselves that I might get a better slot. Well, it's supposed to be this year, but next year, so I better keep the guys happy, and hopefully that'll happen.
Now, Jerry, we're standing on the spot where we actually almost killed you in this little bay here. We did almost kill you just before your gig.
Yeah, I'm looking down at that rock and I'm kind of shaking.
Yeah.
Wet Jeans Norman, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was your blues name from that year?
It was my blues name. I was a bit early for the gig, and I saw Bradley Quinn, amazing photographer Bradley Quinn, down on the beach. And Bradley's quite expensive for a few shots, and I thought, he's getting paid by Snowwater here. I'm going to run down, get some sweet photos, and Snowwater will get the bill. So I was like, come on onto the rock, Bradley. He's actually there. Come on onto the rocks, and we were there taking lovely shots. And then someone was like, oh! We were like, be quiet, I'm taking the shot. And it was like, no, the water, the tide. And we looked around, and it was like, oh my God. So we were stranded on that rock. We didn't know what to do, and this crowd just kind of appeared, including you laughing at us.
Surviving Atlantic Sessions is tough enough with 4 days of gigs and boozing. I think we're going to lose 2 of our crew here. Dun-dum, dun-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Yeah, we had to just jump into the water to run to safety, and I did the gig in. I had no shoes. I just about got dry socks, I believe. I think maybe Bradley gave me his dry socks, and the manager Davey ran into town to buy me some jeans and shoes so I could get home. So yeah, I did the gig, as wet jeans. Norman, that was. Oh no, now everyone's going to come.
Well, I do want to kind of give you the dubious honour of being the only artist that we ever booked who had a near-death experience before going on stage. So there you go. You have that. Do you think it added to your performance?
Yeah, well, actually, it did, because I was very clever. Is this when we were supporting Brona Gallagher? Yes, it was. Okay, so I didn't want to ruin our gig, so I kept the story to the very end, because I knew if I told it too early, people would just laugh for no reason at the end of every song. So I kept it to the very end, and do you know what? All joking aside, I absolutely loved that gig. The performance, the crowd, Brona, it was absolutely amazing. So it just made it a bit more memorable.
Do you think there's a difference between playing a gig here at Atlantic Sessions and a gig somewhere else like Belfast or Derry or whatever?
Yeah, well, I mean, every venue's within walking distance, really, unless there's a gig in Portstewart. But yeah, I mean, you can just run down to Arcadia, run down to Barry's, what's the coffee shop there? The town hall, the church. It's all walking distance. Everyone's got the same ticket. You can tell people are going from one venue to another, and you're like, you want to see new Pagans? Me too. See you there. And it just kind of takes over the whole town. But it's like, I don't know. It's like it's not a big thing. It's not like millions of people everywhere. It's just a really nice vibe, and everyone's just really friendly and happy and delighted to see all the bands from all over Ireland come to Portrush for the day.
Well, promise us you will bring your new record to us next year.
Yeah, well, as I say, Snowwater promised me a very good venue, and I will have hopefully 2 albums at that stage, and maybe even a full band.
We look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
Cheers, Joe. Time. I can see it in your eyes. You've been crying. I know it's all a waste of time, but I never will forget the dark tint of your words. Your words. I am not the same anymore. I am always changing. I am not the same anymore. I am always changing. I am always changing. Half-light, I can barely see. Everything I loved was dying in front of me. And the fog lifts, it's all a distant dream. Still I never will forget the sweet sound of your words. Your words. I am not the same anymore. I am always changing. I am not the same anymore. I am always changing. I am always changing. Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Come back, come back. I am not the same anymore. I am always changing. I am not the same anymore. I am always changing. I am always changing.
Hi Atlantic Sessions, Mark Shepherd here from Kelly's and Portrush. Last year we had the pleasure of hosting the headline event, the biggest event the Atlantic Sessions has seen so far, no other than Northern Ireland's Ryan McMullen. We managed to get 750 people into the venue, creating a fantastic buzz and proving that we can put on a big show like this on the North Coast. It's not just Kelly's that benefits from the Atlantic Sessions. Like so many music venues, hotels, bed and breakfasts benefit from what it brings to the town. Each year it gets bigger and bigger and better. We at Kelly's were ready to go bigger again this year, but unfortunately COVID has come along and stopped the show. We postponed all our shows this year. All plans were pushed to 2021, which we'll hopefully be able to go ahead with in some form. The world's a different place now. Musicians have been unfairly treated, but things like this keeps the show going. So good on you, Atlantic Sessions, and I hope everyone enjoys the show. We'll see you next year at Kelly's.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Atlantic Sessions. You're going to see some of my kind of highlights from my laser show that was in Arcadia along the seafront. A couple of years ago, it was quite a strange show for us to do. It was quite a little venue, and we decided to cram loads of lasers onto it and create this kind of immersive experience. Yeah, and it got super busy and super packed to the point where even Radio 1's Fully Taggart wasn't allowed on the door. So we had quite a lot of industry people standing along the path, looking up at the windows, trying to catch a glimpse of what was happening. So yeah, here it is, and I hope you're all staying safe and well. Thank you.
Lindsay, Conor, 40% the new Pagans, 100% lethal. How are you getting on?
It's
surviving.
Surviving,
yeah.
just it's weird in lockdown, but
we're missing live music,
We're
but
missing live
you
music,
know,
yeah.
we're doing lots of recording and writing, and so that's good. But
Good. And there's going to be a release in the new year, I hear?
yeah, we're working towards our first album, which is due for release in the new year, hopefully sooner rather than later. So we'll see.
Has that been important for you, is to kind of plan ahead and get some sort of structure?
yeah, I mean, because we can't play live shows, I suppose the only connection that you have with people now really is through socials and all of that, but music-wise, it's just putting stuff out, you know, and so we had a single there, Yellow Room, but yeah, we're just trying to keep on top of it, and you know, we wouldn't be as motivated normally because we'd be doing lots of gigs and meeting people and all of that stuff, but the energy has to be put into recording, writing, getting songs out there. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a slight change in pace, but it's good. It's a good, I mean, there's bad things about it, but it's good.
Yeah, we have to try and stay positive. It's like financially, it's more difficult now to release music because we always played lots of shows, which would sort of look after the finances. So there isn't that anymore. But like, you know, with things like Bandcamp doing those Fridays where they sort of waive all their fees, and that really helps a lot, you know, for bands in our position. You know, trying to run single campaigns and put together music to put out there and to stay sort of relevant, I suppose, and on top of things, then that's a big help, you know.
So for a really good thing that's happened for us, we've sold a lot more merchandise, which is actually brilliant. So I think people are starting to realise that they need to support music if they like to listen to bands or musicians or whatever.
Yeah.
They find a way of supporting, and the way to do that with bands is really their merch. And you know, buy the record if you like it. Don't just stream it. Buy it if you can.
Yeah, if you can.
So
buy a t-shirt.
So I think people are actually really engaging with music in that way a lot more throughout lockdown.
Let's talk about your headline gig last year here at Atlantic Sessions with Problem Patterns. Like, what are your memories of Atlantic Sessions?
Yeah, it was a great gig, wasn't it?
Fantastic. I mean,
we enjoyed that, and it was actually, I think I don't think we'd played with Problem Patterns before.
No.
So we were just really keen to like see them live again and like play with them, and it was such an energetic night, I think, and you know, the girls they're brilliant.
It was great.
That
gig was great.
Yeah. So I loved that gig. It was a really good gig.
I like seeing people at our gigs doing this.
Yeah, I think it was very loud.
People be surprised.
Yeah, there was a few people.
But I mean, we fight about that all the time. It doesn't need to hurt.
Does.
So it doesn't.
Yes.
And after that, I said it doesn't need to hurt. It doesn't need to hurt.
There were a few people said to me, "But it was really loud." And I went, "It's band, like."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like
What'd you expect?
I like my bands loud. I mean, it makes you know you're at a gig then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know you're at a gig.
Always wear earplugs.
Always wear earplugs.
To our gigs.
Yeah.
I mean, have you found during this kind of lockdown scenario that you've been connecting with other bands? Because obviously everyone's in the same position.
Yeah.
Well, you have a whole crew that you know you would have went on tour with, and then just like other bands like Problem Patterns, and I can't even think of all the rest of them that we've been.
Like you know what I mean? There's
we've been
like,
chatting about things that we might be able to do, and then most of the time we just decide that it's not worth the risks, you know. But yeah, I think everybody's just talking and listening to each other. That's literally all you can do at the moment.
It's the uncertainty, you know what I mean? It's just this, you know, we'd love to do a live streaming show. Can that happen? What you know, with the restrictions, what goes under that? Do we have finances to do that? Can we? You know, promoters are kind of, their hands are tied. You know, bands are just kind of like in limbo. But like everyone's talking and we're trying to figure out things to do that won't sort of upset what's going on at the minute as well, you know what I mean? It's just difficult, and there doesn't seem to be a clear path out of this, and so we have to figure out new ways of just existing and getting our art across to people, you know what I mean? So,
but yeah, the music community are really, I think, in Belfast and Northern Ireland are there for each other, which is brilliant.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming down and doing that today. I'm so sorry we couldn't have the 60% as well.
Yeah.
But give them our love.
They're raging.
Who doesn't want to die by a seaside?
By seagulls, you know. But we will definitely come back, and thanks for having us.
Yeah,
you know
thank you.
We look forward to seeing you next year. Good luck with the record.
Cheers.
To hear it.
Thank you.
back. If you want, is love as graceless as it seems, as they fall for the spark of newness? But I admire you more than then. Let's preserve our old ways, our frail ways, our fading beauty, our old ways. Let's preserve them always. Is love as graceless as it seems? My skin is softening. Illicit love. Things aren't the way they ought to be. Your mouth commits itself to me. Sea cold, you're blue, stuff full of tears and foolishness. Come close if you want. Is love as graceless as it seems, as they fall for the spark of newness? But I admire you more than then. Let's preserve our old ways, our frail ways, our fading beauty, our old ways. Let's preserve them always. Is love as graceless as it seems? My skin is softening. Purpose of joy and misery, sadness or loneliest. Oh, you need a thrill, subtle but grated on my skin. The purpose of joy and misery, sadness or loneliest. Oh, you need a thrill, subtle but grated on my skin.
Hi, it's Phil Taggart here, and yeah, this year's Atlantic Sessions is going to be the least drafty Atlantic Sessions that we've ever had. Like 100% the coldest festival that I've ever been to, and the best festival that's ever happened anywhere in November. I've had so much fun heading up that way, back to where I sort of learned. I don't know, what did I learn in music media in Coleraine University? I learned how to drink up on the North Coast. I definitely did. Like I lived in Portstewart for a bit, and to see great music being put in around all of the venues of Portrush and Portstewart is really special, because there wasn't that much going on in terms of music apart from maybe Kelly's and the odd DJ here and there. So big up to Carl Mathers and Joe Lindsay and the team for putting this on. I hope they'll have me back when we can do it proper next year, and just big up everybody, all of the artists that are doing sessions this year, and anybody who's getting a draft up them. Viva Atlantic Sessions!
Let's get out of the city. Sure that place exists. Let's get out of the city. And into a different city. Well, hey there, kid, are you okay? Yes, I'm just feeling tired today. Well, tell me, dude, what do you do? Mostly worry, I don't belong with you. Let's get out of the city.
Rachel, Michael, the Darkling Air, thank you so much for joining us. Do you like what we've done with the place?
Beautiful.
Very well ventilated.
It's great. How are you getting on?
Okay, grand, not too bad. How are you?
Aye, get on. How are you getting on?
Yeah, it's been, it's been good. We've had, like most musicians, I think it's been a strange year for everyone. And it's particularly nice to be out this evening and play some music and these crazy surroundings. I definitely feel kind of like I've got out of the house, And but I think it's kind of everyone's waiting at the minute to see what's going to happen again. I mean, music will kick off again and stuff. It's a really crazy time, obviously, but we're making the most of it, I think, at the minute. And
I say we're good. We're good today.
We're good today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it good to get out and play again after so long? I mean, you haven't played together in how many months?
It's been 8 months now, actually, and we did do a couple of shows online during the kind of start of the lockdown, and then it's been tricky summer for Rachel.
An album.
Yeah.
We just released our second album in November, and then we did a couple of gigs. One of the last gigs we did was actually Atlantic Sessions last year.
Yeah. I want to talk about that show because I think you were kind of overwhelmed by that show, weren't you? I don't think you were expecting.
Oh no, we weren't expecting that number. I think we just sort of think that like plenty of people come if we play in Bangor. And I was just like, I was like, did Portrush people like Bangor people, Michael? I don't know.
Well, I'm not from Bangor, technically, so that's all right. I'm Donegal, man.
But that was a really special show, though.
Across the way.
But it just turned out that Bangor came to Portrush.
That's not true.
No, it's not totally true. But no, we weren't expecting that full house. It was lovely. Yeah.
I mean, I know it may seem like a silly question, but we're kind of asking everybody. Everyone's kind of holding on to plans and planning ahead. What have you got coming next? Anything in the pipeline?
Well, we plan. It's nice. We're really happy that the album's been nominated for the Northern Ireland Music Prize. And that's been a boost for us at this time, and it's hopefully it's triggered us to really start thinking about it again as well after the lockdown. And I think our focus will definitely be on writing new material and getting on to album 3. So. I think we'd love to have that ready for next year. I think every artist has that plan right now, and that's definitely our plan as well, I think.
Well, look, I can't wait to see us back. Thank you so much for coming along. I'm sorry we couldn't organise better weather. It's the only thing.
It's perfect for us.
Rachel, Michael, thank you so much. Can't wait to see us back in Atlantic Sessions again. Thank you.
She speaks like a saint, whistles like a bird. The blood in her heart won't freeze over. Her dwelling is quaint from an old-fashioned world, adorning fandangos, frills and fringing. Whatever is right with you, can it be real? She lives by the sea, she floats on the waves, the octogenarian mermaid. Her perfectly aged, habitual smile, defiantly rouge and wrinkling. Whatever is right with you, can it be real? She said that she might die tomorrow. I hope she doesn't die, I hope she doesn't lose touch. I'm clinging to her hand so slippery, 'cause if she slips, then I'll be lost. lost touch. I'm clinging to her hand so slippery, 'cause if she slips, then I'll be lost, lost at sea. I'll be lost.
Thank you very much for joining us on this virtual festival. Hope you've kept your virtual sleeping bag dry and you haven't run out of virtual baby wipes. But look on the bright side, there's no queues for the toilets and your bar never closes. Join us next time for performances from Malojian, Sasha, Samara, and an astonishing Boron performance with Peter O'Kane. Till then, don't stay at the after party too late, all right?